All right, shalom, shalom to the whole full active nation of Israel. We're going to start off by giving all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, and have taught us his word in truth and sincerity. Peace and mercy to the whole full elect, starting with the 124,000. That's pushing this word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. And rest of you that sincerely believe as well. Peace and mercy to you and your household. In today's class, we're going to
lost money trading this month.
Another edition of News and Prophecy. Of course, as we always do, tie world events to biblical prophecy to encourage and exhort the whole full elect nation of Israel. As this truth is not for all of Israel or neither the whole world, but just for the elect. Okay, so the title of this lesson, as you see, is the MOTB and the miracles of the beast, because really you could say two more prophecies, but you could say three. There's all you have left is the MOTB, the mandatory implementation of MOTB, and World War III, which comes with the destruction and deliverance. And that's the spirit, because Apostle Dahar coined this year just those three things, right? The hopeful year of Jacob's deliverance and destruction and judgment on Esau.
All right.
So I got this clip here it says here, Neuralink, how Neuralink will break reality, right? Concerning on the MOTB. Now, this is fair use. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not making any money from this video. All right. And I don't own any of the copyrights to this video. So it's fair use. Before I play, is any opening precepts or statements I can want to
Second
get into?
Esdras 15, I got. Oh, Salaki, whether you were going to say something?
No, you're good. I'm just asking if
Oh,
you
okay.
have any opening precepts.
Okay. Second Esdras 15, I'm going to just read from verses 1 to 4, right? The broken record that is being fixed. So I say that to say, people are looking on, and we know the elect, you hear this time after time. But this is coming from the Lord, and he has anointed and appointed his prophets. So it says, 2 Esdras 15, verse 1, Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth. Okay, so Lord's prophets. Okay, he's going to put the spirit of prophecy, starting with the apostles and elders on down. Okay, and the men of the Lord who are pushing in spirit and in truth, as the spirit bear witness to them. Go ahead.
A lot of you Israelites, you have to understand, if you believe in a destruction that's coming and a return of the Heavenly Father, or Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, by the order of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, if you believe in that, you have to understand who you listen to. The prophet you listen to has to be talking about prophecy. A lot of these false prophets among Israel are not going into prophecy. And if they do, they're going into it incorrectly. And ultimately, at the end of the day, only the elect will understand and will be given the spirit to decipher who the true shepherds are under Yahushai, and who the hirelings are. Because a lot of these prophets among Israel, which are false prophets, are just hirelings. They're there for money. They're not telling you about the MOTB and or correctly. If they're telling you at all, they're telling you incorrectly, and they're not letting you know that there's a day of judgment that's around the corner. Everybody's in the spirit of terror, but yet they're still thinking about 10, 20, 30 years down the road. So they think they can prepare for the day of the Lord. That's why the scriptures say, woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Beautiful.
All right. So Yeah, that's it.
I will put in thy mouth, said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and cause them to be written in paper. Right? So we know the written word and the testimony of the prophets, right? And the apostle Tahar, all right, he got this revelation, more sure word in regards to what was already said, in regards to videos coming out, testimony. So this goes into that written paper. That's what we're doing right now. The Spirit is impressing us to come on live and to write what is written, what was said before, what was given to the prophets, right? Not only on paper, but on electronic paper, if I may say.
To speak what was written. To speak what was written. That's what we're doing right now.
On. For they are, okay.
When you're done.
Oh, for they are, that's good. For they are faithful and true. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So this is Jeremiah 28, verse 7. I'll start at verse 6. It says, even the prophet Jeremiah said, Amen, to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, perform thy words, which thou hast prophesied, to bring again the vessels of Yahweh's house, and all that is carried away captive from Babylon into this place. Nevertheless, hear thou now this word that I speak in thine ears, and in the ears of all the people. The prophets that have been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophets which prophesied of peace. When the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that Yahweh had truly sent him. It's true. So that's what the prophets are set up to do. They're set up to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, or many great kingdoms, and that has always been the case. And you're going to know that a prophet has been among you when the word comes to pass, or when those things come to pass.
Exactly.
Because that's what a prophet does. They prophesy before when things happen, right?
Yeah, they speak before things happen.
Yeah. So that was the point.
Just read down to verse 4. Verse 3, 2nd Ezra 15 and verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Right? Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. That's where I'm going to stop for now. Okay.
Just a quick one. Just to land back, because the scripture that was just read said, all the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai are faithful and true, right? Psalms 12 and 6, the words of the Lord Yahweh are pure words, as silver tried in a furnace of earth, purified 7 times, right? Complete pureness, man. These words are faithful and true, man. You know, there's no if, and, or but, or what if, you know?
Yep.
These words, and the elect will have the Spirit on them to perceive it, to receive it, and discern what's true from what's false.
So I'll play this clip here. We're going to listen to the first 4 minutes of it. The brother's got precepts before the end mark. Let me know and I'll pause it. Otherwise, we'll just listen up to the 4-minute mark and get precepts. So let me actually speed it up a little bit.
It's a pair of fully holographic, augmented. This is a brand new product just revealed by Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. It's a pair of fully holographic, augmented reality glasses. They call it Orion. Mark's belief is that products like Orion, the Meta Quest, and the Apple Vision Pro will become the next major computing platform, an evolution beyond the smartphone. And Zuck may be correct in his prediction, but let's be real here for a second. Does anyone actually want to wear this thing on their face all day long? Sure, your weird glasses can augment reality, that's cool and all, but let's talk about how we can alter reality. Break it, if you will. And that's a project that Elon Musk has been working on for the past 8 years now. Of course, we're talking about Neuralink. If augmented reality is the next evolution of the computer, then Neuralink is the final form, the Omega, if you want to keep ancient Greek references going. While Zuckerberg was out shilling his new glasses, Neuralink was busy securing approval for a new implant that will pipe computer vision directly into a person's brain. Blindsight was just classified by the Food and Drug Administration as a breakthrough device.
I feel genuinely nervous to release this to the public. If you are a coach, a service provider, or you sell any kind of high-ticket product,
this essentially means...
Right, so this technology is called blindsight, okay? Now, real quick, because you mentioned the word meta, because you have metapon, you have all this meta. Now, when you go into the word meta, into etymology, it says after, behind, among, change, altered, higher, beyond, right? So meta is really this devil's way of basically taking hold of the spiritual realm, right? The fourth dimension. And that's why you have these devils this year, or not this year, but in 2024, they unleash CERN, right? They have all their high holy days, their satanic high holy days to sacrifice so they can gain more power from my left-hand side. You know, the Pope opened the door, I think the revolving door, the fifth door, right? So basically, when you go into these wicked elites, their idea is to tap into the spiritual realm, take control of it, and basically have power over the world and be like the Most High. Remember, these guys have a God complex. They want to be like the Most High, and the Most High controls both sides. So they mimic that artificial way here on Earth, and we've seen these guys trying to tap in and to the left hand side to basically receive power. But what these devils don't understand is that they're on they have a time limit, and once that time is up, doesn't matter how many sacrifices you do, right? These devils are not going to respond to you because they're under subjection to Yahweh or Yahweh Shah. Okay, and this is the Most High's movie, man.
Quick precept.
It's been fat.
Okay, go ahead.
Daniel 2:27, right? So we have record of how these people are working, right? That left side. So we're showing to Daniel 2:27, right? And you can go back for you folks at home and look at the history in regards to prophecy. It was prophecy when it happened. So Daniel 2:27, real quick, it says, Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, the secret which the king had demanded cannot be wise men. The astrologers and the magicians and the soothsayers, right? Show unto the king. So that's that type of people that's back here again on the left side doing their magic. All right. Right? And then I'll just read verse 28 real quick. It says, but there's our power, Yehovah Hashem Yahushai in heaven, that will reveal secrets and make known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days. So we are in those latter days. That's what this was pointing to, right? Thy dream and the visions of thy head upon thy bed are these. So I brought that precept out just to show, right? Simply put, those same soothsayers are working, okay? And that only the prophets are going to be able to understand how this comes out, because the Lord is working with prophets on the right-hand side, so to speak, that knows both sides of the issue, okay? Because it is revealed to them. Anyway, that's a point on that.
Classified by the Food and Drug Administration as a breakthrough device. This essentially means that it's been fast-tracked through the development and review process in order to get this device into human patients as fast as possible. Elon Musk has said the blindsight device from Neuralink will enable even those who have lost both eyes and their optic nerve see. It will even enable those who have been blind from birth to see for the first time. To accomplish this, Neuralink will replace human eyes with small digital cameras, much like those that Meta is using in their augmented reality glasses. And then the difference comes in when Neuralink cuts a hole in the person's skull and sews a few dozen tiny wires into their brain. We won't find that on the Meta product roadmap. What Neuralink is doing here will be to create a wired connection directly into the visual cortex of the brain, which spans both left and right hemispheres. So really, there will need to be 2 holes in the person's head. Again, the process here is not so different from the Facebook glasses, where those employ miniature projectors.
I find it funny that it needs to be 2 holes because, like, you need 2 holes for horns. But anyways, this devil, man, we'll see.
Wow.
To take digital code, convert that to electrical light energy, and overlay it on the lens as visual information. Neuralink will take digital information from the camera and convert that into an electrical signal that's transmitted into the brain, which will then be stimulated into displaying that camera feed into the patient's field of view. Now, that sounds a bit crazy, and it is, but we have to remember that our entire experience of the world is provided to us by input devices. The eyes, ears, finger, tongue, they're all just a big network of sensors that pipe electrical signals into these.
Right, so your senses. And who gave us our senses? The Most High.
Mm-hmm.
So is it far-fetched to say that this devil wants to be like the Most High? No. Furthermore, the scriptures say it. I'll be like the Most High, which, I'll grab that precept later on. But this devil wants to have complete control over the entire aspect of the human body and the soul. Okay? So this is a very serious thing that's coming down the pipe. And a lot of you Israelites that are faking it, you're not serious. You're just caught up in the world or whatever. You're just not in the spirit, man. You're gonna, if you don't repent and get yourself in gear, you're gonna be overtaken by this technology, or rather, you're gonna be overtaken by the sufferings that come from not taking this technology.
Semi-solid biological computer that sits inside your skull. That's you, a gray, wrinkly lump plugged into a meat suit. And that's existentially a little bit terrifying, but we can either let that keep us up at night, or we can use our knowledge of science and biology to exploit the system, to hack the human experience, to break reality as we know it. This is something that Meta cannot do. In an interview with Cleo Abrams, Zuckerberg admitted that haptic feedback is not possible with augmented reality. The glasses can show you any experience, but they can't help you feel it. Zuck also relented that smell is a critical component of an immersive experience, but would be an incredibly difficult challenge to bring to augmented reality. I'd even argue that these aspects are just straight up impossible to ever.
So these glasses and Apple glasses and all that augment reality are just a teaser to actually hacking reality, as you heard this man say. Yeah. That's what they want to do. They want to be able to control what you see and what you deem to be real, just like the Most High does. Okay.
Ever deliver with a wearable device. With a brain-computer interface, on the other hand, there is no theoretical end to the possibilities. Now, let's take another quick reality break here. As fun.
Okay. So, let me bring out 2 precepts real quick, because he said that they are trying to move this technology and get it approved. I mean, Elon Musk already approved C-hip trials in Canada, right? It got approved just recently, but he said that they're trying to move fast, right? So we know the scriptures say this in Revelation 12:12. We always bring this out, okay? And it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth." So rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. So those of you that don't see the kingdom of heaven being bestowed or being established on earth, and you scoff at the words of Yahweh Shai, which are spoken by the prophets, rejoice in your time. This is your heaven then. And your heaven is marked. And it's at its last last legs. So rejoice while you have the time, right? And it says, "And ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down onto you with having great wrath." And that's what this devil is going to do to, look at this devil. Look at this guy. Like, look at this guy. What the fuck? Right? So, goddamn.
His eyes is full of evil, man.
Man, look at him. Like, he can't even smile. He can't even smile correctly. You could tell he's not, but these devils, man, basically these devils, they know they have a short time based upon prophecy and based upon ultimately seeing the men of the Lord out there in the highways and byways flooding the internet, and all their secrecy is being exposed. Now, back in the past, they would be able to control or have better control over the narrative of what's been exposed concerning their witchcraft and occult parties and whatnot. But now, with all the scriptures say that the truth shall increase. Roughly paraphrasing, or how's it go again? It says,
knowledge shall increase.
Knowledge shall increase. Knowledge shall increase. So that's why this man's he can't control the narrative. So he has to come down with great wrath. He has to come down with something extreme to justify this sea hip. Okay.
I got a precept.
Come on, I'll finish it up here.
I
got one more after this one.
Yeah,
it says, for the devil come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Okay. Hebrews 10 and 35. I'm gonna read down to 39. It reads, cast not away therefore your confidence, right, which is our faith in this ministry, which hath great recompense of reward. For ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. And so the need of patience is basically, the scriptures say, though it tarry, wait for it, for it shall not tarry. This thing's going to come quick, and as well as we're going to need to suffer. So ultimately, being cut out of society because we're not partaking in this MOTB system, you're going to go through sufferings, which are going to be trials that are going to try the whole full elect. And at the end of those trials, they're going to be, saved. The Most High always makes a way out of temptation. It all depends upon your faith, which is, your faith, and also your fear, which is linked to your obedience. So it says here that verse 36, for ye have need of patience, that after ye have done the will of Yahweh, ye might receive the promise. Yahweh Shem Shai, ye might receive the promise. For yet a little while, and he that shall come will come, right? And that's Yahweh Shai. And this devil knows that too. That's why he's moving with great haste. Okay? It says, so he will come and will not tarry. Now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, so basically if you're lax, if you follow the truth, if your mind's in the world rather than this ministry, you're drawing back. If you're not outputting the maximum that's given to you, you're drawing back. Okay? It says, now the just shall live by faith, but if any man draw back, my soul shall have no pleasure in him. So you're going to be given onto Esau and his destructive ways and his devices. Okay, it says here, but we are not of them who draw back unto perdition, which is destruction, but of them that believe to the saving of the soul. And that's it.
Beautiful.
Go ahead, Kazakh.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the title of how Neuralink will break reality,
Right.
when the reality is what they're running away from, which is why they do a thing called AI, which is artificial intelligence. We got to focus on the word artificial because it means not real.
Yeah.
Right? So the intelligence they're coming with is not real, and the first part of the word artificial have the word art in it. And we know art goes back to what? Artillery, right? So basically warlike. So this man, you made fun of his grimace, right? This man is basically the deceiver made to be just that, right? So I'm going to Isaiah 29, now start at verse 14 and read on down to about 16. And it reads, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people. So prepare to be marveled, not by this Edomite, but by the Heavenly Father, whose name is Yahweh, and his son name is Yahweh Shai, who we reverence. All right? Us being the hopeful elect. All right? Even a marvelous work and a wonder, for the wisdom of their wise men shall perish. So whatever it is that they're doing, right? seem so just and right, because notice how he's about. It seems like they're about to help humanity, and
Right.
that's always on the head of philanthropy.
Yep.
So that's a buzzword of wickedness, man. Whenever you hear that word philanthropy from the Edomites, it's something that's going to be devastating to humanity. It's going to be contrary to good. And the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And their works are in the dark. Okay, so this is basically black magic, man. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Whatever they're doing, right? Destroying the Most High's creation, because to poke a hole in like we're all the Most High's creation, even the Edomites too. So it doesn't matter, who you're doing it to. You're basically saying you can outdo Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. And it doesn't matter what disease or thing you're going through. The Lord is the one that caused you to be dealing with it. So you want to undo what the Most High has done. Okay, so there's judgment for that. Okay, and they say, "Who seeth us?" But we see. That's why we're doing videos right now, right? This video didn't go unchecked. They put it up there that hopefully it'll go past the prophets, but we see it and we'll make lessons on it. Okay, and to the mere mortal, the simple mind, they see it as nothing, a waste of time. I think those two guys that was in gym at one point, they said all we do is make videos on news. We're basically a news reporter. Damn right we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So then why do you call yourself a prophet?
That's right. And we're the messenger of the Yahweh Shai. The Most High going to use us as his mouthpiece. It's written in the Bible. I think the bar brought it out in Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, who would have believed our report? Go ahead, brother.
That's right. Go ahead. Who seeth us and who knoweth us? Verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be seen as the potter's clay. So what are we seeing right now is upside down. And we're the one that's down that should be upside. And these Edomites are in the upside. Right? So we're the downside, the most of them flip it around.
Right.
Yeah. And also the Slacker, just want to say, also with the idea of man being merged with machine, that's upside down. And that's what he's bringing. That's the idea he's bringing. He's saying, forget what religion, primarily the Bible, has told you in terms of perfection and what's a human. Let us present to you what is or what we think that is. And the cunning work, the cunning art of this man is behind the fact that it's going to bring about miracles, right? The artificial miracles that Yahweh Shai did. Blind can see, lame can walk, so on and so forth. This blind sight that they call it is going to be linked to medication, your medical records.
I got a precept.
Let me finish up the bar.
When you're done?
Go on. All right. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? And that's where you have this evolution theory, man. Because they want to say they came from a big bang, a big bang theory. Hey, man, some banging went on. I don't know how big it was, but some banging one that's what brought people, to life. You know what I'm saying? That took place. So I don't know that's what you're talking about, right? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he framed it? Oh, Slakia. Shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's how the so-called white man is, man. He has no regard, right, or honor for Yahweh Shem Yahshai. All right? So last verse, it is not yet a very little while.
Oh, Slakia. Because in that precept says, why have you made me thus? Is that the same one?
No.
Okay. So there's a precept that kind of sounds the exact same way, and basically goes to the same thing. And that's what Esau Edom is doing. These elites, they're saying that we were created wrong. That's the indirect notion, and sometimes direct. They'll tell you that's what they're thinking, and that's why they're outputting this MOTB, is because the way humanity is and what's created is wrong. So we're going to create the new human. so to speak.
Yeah, and he deemed us 3/5 of a human. Well,
So that was basically, but I was quickly bring this up. Last precept, Kamar.
Yeah.
Romans 9:20. Nay, but, O man, who art thou that replies against Yahweh Bashim Yashai? As a question.
Right.
Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? And that's
Right.
the piece you're calling for, right? And that's Esau being, impertinent, right? And not giving thanks and praise to Yahweh Bashim Yashai, man.
Yeah.
That's it in that.
Okay, well said. That was a good breakdown of those things. I just have a couple precepts going into what brothers are going into in terms of this guy being a miracle worker and him being a devil,
Right.
So this is Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 2, and it says here that ye be not so shaken in mind or be troubled, either by spirit nor by word nor by letter as from us, as that the day of Yahushua is at hand. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Just want to go into that a little bit because that falling away has happened. That started off with us discontinuing from our heritage and falling away from the knowledge, right, as Israelites. And we have lost our way for a long time, but now we're coming back into it, a remnant. And it says here, and that man of sin be revealed. Sin is transgression of the law. So there is a man that is out there that is breaking the law, or that he's promoting that, and we know who that to be. The man of sin and the son of perdition. It really is really going into Esau, Edom, but going into the context of this precept here, it's talking about those Romans, which were them Edomites that were in power. And back then we didn't know, but now we know who the Romans are in the spirit. We know who the Edomites are, and we're seeing it. It's on the screen with Mark Zuckerberg. We know he goes back to that line. He's a son of perdition because that's what he's doing. He's bringing destruction with this whole Neuralink, and with all the other devices that he has out there. Verse 4, it says, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, which is Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, or that is worshipped, so that he as a power sitteth in the temple of Yahweh Bashim Yoshai, showing himself that he is a power. So, through this guy's devices and through his technology, he is using that to command a great respect onto himself. He's using that to command more respect onto the Lord's commands that are written in this book, right? So he has a God complex, and he's doing that through his technology. He's telling you that I'm going to put a chip in your brain, and that's gonna alter you and make you even better. And that's why his company's name is called Meta, right?
Yeah, beyond what is,
right? Yep. So he's telling you that he's God and he's got all the answers, but that's going to be to his downfall. This is the next one. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13. And it says, for such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Yahushua. And that's these people out here, like your Mark Zuckerbergs, and also your individuals and flunkies in the truth, in the truth, pretending and faking the funk, right? They're deceitful workers, transforming themselves and trying to make themselves look holy. And really, they're not holy. Verse 14, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And that's the point here, he's using his technology to make himself look like an angel, a good messenger. And that's what Satan does. He disguises himself. That's why you brought up the point about philanthropists. We know if you're a philanthropist, most likely you're into masonry and witchcraft.
100%.
Right? You're up there. And that's all these guys come in here, telling that they're going to change the world. They're going to do this. They're humanitarians.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Yep.
All right. Verse 15, therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their work. And your work's going to show for itself. Right now you can say that you're a minister or an angel of light, you're righteous, but we're going to see how it's going to play out in the end, because it's not over yet.
Exactly.
And through prophecy, we know this devil, he's going to hang himself. He's going to kill himself with his own sword, because that was his blessing. His blessing was the sword, and he's going to die by the sword, because that's what the scripture says. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Paraphrasing. So anyway, that's all I got.
Khan. Okay, Khan. So continuing on here.
Expectation is that after a decade of wearing the glasses, brain surgery will sound like a merciful relief, as long as you get to take the damn things off. Neuralink is also a more sustainable option in the long term. By that, I mean there is definitely a hard physical limitation on how small you can make this stuff, and I think we're already pretty close to hitting that wall. And smaller is great, but it usually means more expensive and more fragile as well. As someone who has spent a considerable amount of time wearing glasses, I know how easy it is to just accidentally damage or misplace a pair of glasses. Anyone who's ever sat on their frames, I'm trying to fathom what weather and temperature will do to these over years of ownership. At least you can put a phone in your pocket. You can't just put glasses in your pocket when you aren't using them. What are we all going to walk around with, glasses hanging on neck straps like a bunch of librarians? Not that there's anything wrong with being a librarian, but you know what I mean. With Neuralink, the biggest investment is the surgery, but it's an automated surgery that's done by a robot. So it won't be cheap, but it shouldn't be outrageously expensive either. Now that you've done it, the only thing you would ever want to upgrade would be the chip and the battery cell. They can just pop that out and pop a new one in. It's already been done with monkeys, although they do have to cut your skin flap and peel that back first and sew it back down afterwards. So you probably want to keep the upgrade cycles to a minimum, but it is an option. And the upside is that you can use this device anywhere at any time without anyone knowing that you have one. And in theory, you could use the link to interface with any other device or technology. Everything would go straight from the computer to your brain, and from your brain to the computer. And if things keep going the way that they are right now, there's not going to be a computer in the world that isn't running on some class of artificial intelligence. Elon Musk has envisioned this AI interface working with the third layer of functionality in the human control center. The primary layer is your limbic system. This is kind of your base level behavior.
So basically, as a third layer, he said he wants to add the Neuralink as a third layer in the functionality of the human brain. So he's going to go into all the different layers, and he wants to be the third layer. So, this man is adverse to what's righteous, right? And the Most High has created things according to his purpose and how he wants things created. And this devil, these wicked elites are in direct defiance against the Most High. They want to add themselves. They want to add their twist into the creation and say now it's perfected. Okay.
Behavioral instincts, food, sex, fight or flight responses, caring for babies, all of those deep-seated behaviors that are universal among pretty much every living thing on the planet. Primal stuff. The secondary layer is your cerebral cortex. That's the wrinkly outer layer of your brain that kind of works like your CPU. Your consciousness, thought, emotion, reasoning, language, and memory all originate in this gray matter. Sometimes your limbic system overrides your conscious thought. Most times it's the other way around. The give and take that keeps us alive and functional. And then the third layer, or your tertiary layer, is artificial intelligence. Elon thinks that there is room for optimism that this can all work out, given that the cortex is very intelligent, but the limbic system is not. Yet they work together in harmony, so perhaps there could be a tertiary layer where a digital superintelligence lies that would be vastly more intelligent than the cortex, but still be able to coexist peacefully with the cortex and the limbic system. And at that point, what is real? If you can have a fully immersive sensory experience in virtual reality that you can taste, touch, smell, would that really be any different than something that happened in the real world? Is that already what we are experiencing right now? We just haven't fully realized it yet. You
all right, so
have a precept?
Get this precept here.
Have a quick precept?
Come on, go ahead, Aki.
2 Corinthians 2 verse 11 in the NLT. So that Satan will not outsmart us. So we are familiar with his evil scheme. So this whole Neuralink, this hacking, what he wants to do. He's trying to basically he's trying to connect everybody with the whole internet things worldwide. And it's an evil worldwide agenda scheme, what they're trying to do, right? That to have, everybody under control,
right.
With this whole see here, and it's an evil scheme, right? Not very evil.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's it.
Amat, I got a quick percent
Yep.
with Bakusha.
Yeah, Khan, go ahead up.
Going into your link and how the Heavenly Father gives his wisdom to come up with this. So this is the book of Jeremiah 17:5 in NLT, and it reads, "This is what the Lord Yahweh says: Cursed are those who put their trust in mere humans, who rely on human strength and turn their hearts away from the Lord." And we know that Esau is making these devices stronger, right? Because they want people to be hooked with this at some point down the road. And it says in verse 6, they are like stone shrubs in the desert with no hope for the future. They will live in the barren wilderness and inhabited salty land. But blessed are those who trust in the Lord Yahweh and have made the Lord their hope and confidence.
Right.
So you need to put the trust in Heavenly Father rather than Esau, right?
Right. Because now this thing is just go ahead, Slacker. Go ahead. Finish your
at some point he's gonna be able to turn the switch on and off.
Yeah. Yep. I wanted to add to what you're saying in terms of right now when you see these commercials and these videos of this technology, this man's presenting it as, remember, he wants to make this the center of economy, the center of life, right? He wants to make this C-HIP, this technology, the center of life. So to do that, based upon how life is going right now, he would have to come in with a heavy black swan event, something that will change the world for as we know it, so that this can be the reliant to get back to so-called normal or to build back better, as they're coining those phrases. That was it on your precept?
Yeah, that was it on that.
Okay, Con. I got this. I want to bring out Isaiah 14 and 12. And it reads, I'm going to read down to 19. It says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Right? And light bearer, that's what the word Lucifer goes into, light bearer. And the knowledge of the wicked, wickedness is not wisdom, but that's the knowledge that they possess. And that's why they call themselves the Illuminati, right? So they're falling from heaven, which they're falling from their rulership. And that's why they're going to come down with great wrath. So it says, Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, right? So, in the minds of the top wicked elite, it says, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation of the sides of the north. In the NLT, it says, verse 13, for you said to yourself, I will ascend into heaven and set my throne, which is his rulership, above Yahweh Bashim Shai's stars, which is really Israelites, starting with the elect. So what he wants to do is continue his reign. That's why the scriptures say their inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever. He does not want to give up the rulership that's been given to him, but his rulership was based upon a time frame to fulfill prophecy. Right? So he's gonna go down scratching, screaming, and fighting, tooth and nail.
And nail.
Right? Yep.
Nail, that's right.
So it says, for you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above the stars of stars. I will reside on the mountain of the gods, lowercase g, far away in the north. So out of all the ruling class or ruling families, Esau Edom's the top nation. All the other heathens are in cahoots with him, but he's the top out of all of them. Okay. And he's in the side of the north right here, or right now, which is North America, starting with Babylon the Great, which is America. Verse 14, I will climb into the highest heavens and be like the Most High. So he said he will climb onto the highest heavens. And as you've been hearing, when we refer to heavens, it also refers to rulership, because when you're in power, you're in your heaven. Things go your way.
Right.
So he said instead, he said, I will climb into the highest heights of heaven. So the peak of his rulership is this MOTB system, this MOTB technology. That's the peak. That's the highest of his heavens.
That's right.
Okay.
And that's the reason.
Yep.
That's the reason why he can create all these miracles. And then you have the world wondering after them, right? Because they're telling you that if you're blind, you can now see. If you can't hear, you can now hear. You can't walk, they could give you limbs to walk. You get what I'm saying? So these miracles that they're creating, they do this from their highest heavens. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these people wandering after them, which is I think there's a precept that says, and all the world wandered after the beast. Yeah, this is it right here.
That's right. So it says, I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. So that's the highest of his heavens, is to be like the Most High. Instead, verse 15, you will be brought down to the place of the dead. Okay. Down to the ground. And ultimately, he's going to be destructured and he's going to be put into slavery. Okay. Down to its lowest depths, and there's nothing lower than being the lowest thing created and being in slavery. Okay. And at verse 16, everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be the one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world tremble? Because that's what Esau's hiding from. He's hiding. He has out of all the people on the planet, out of all the nations on the planet, Edom has the biggest insecurities. He knows what he isn't, and he knows what he is. So when everything's exposed and he's put into slavery and subjection, nations are going to look at him like, this is the guy, because they're decrepit, they're base. Verse 17, it says, is this the one who destroyed the world and made it into a wasteland? Is this the king who demolished the world's greatest cities and had no mercy on his prisoners? The king of the nations lie in stately glory, each in his own tomb, but you will be thrown out of your grave like a worthless branch. You'll be thrown out the grave like a worthless branch, like a corpse trampled underfoot. Damn. You will be dumped into a mass grave. Yeah, that Edomite cookout at the end of 1,000 years, right? You will be dumped into a mass grave with those killed in battle. You will descend to the pit, and that's it.
Beautiful. Taken out of his bunkers. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
This is Psalms 149, start at 4. It reads, for Yahweh takes pleasure in his people. And that's comforting to know the Lord's got our back, man. Right? Because before all this, we thought, we're going to let bygones be bygones. But the Most High says what?
It's true.
It's a righteous thing to basically
recompense vengeance.
To those who trouble you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Paraphrasing, right? So it's very comforting, man. Know that revenge is on its way. Let the saints,
which is something that he's gonna do. We're not saying we're gonna take vengeance upon our own hands.
That's right. Yeah, he said judgment is his.
That's
right. And if we do anything on our own accord, there's a penalty for that. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. And the bed is basically a place of comfort, man. All right. Safety. And right now we feel comfortable, right? Speaking this truth. So in all essence, the truth is it's our safe place.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
we're kind of like on our beds right now. You know,
Yep.
praising Yahweh Shem, or we're singing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. You can't be. You can't find comfort in uncertainty. You know, this is certain. We know it.
Sure word. Certain and sure word.
That's right. That's right.
Verse 6, let the high praises of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathens and punishment upon the people. Here's a part I like to read. To bind their kings with chains.
That's right.
Right.
All right. And that's them rulers, man. All them heathen rulers, Esau, Edom, right? You know, the head, the Most High has sanctioned you to be what? Be the slave class.
That's
from
right.
the beginning.
Right? That's right.
Didn't he say, I've make your brother Lord over you, speaking to Jacob,
Yes,
as it pertains to Esau?
Yep.
Right? And their nobles with fetters of iron to execute upon them the judgment written where? In the Bible. All right? Is this the man? All right? So, you know, your place, your destiny, right, is to be in servitude for 1,000 years under us, and then the Most High going to basically Obadiah 18.
That's right. That's right.
He said you can look it up.
Yep.
This honor have all his saints. Praise
right.
ye Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
That's right.
That's in that one.
Okay.
Got a quick precept here. This is Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 2. It says, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord power, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God. I sit in the seat of the Most High, in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man, and not a God. Though thou set thine heart as a heart of God, he sits in the midst, really, of the people, you know, lording over everyone. That's why he is called the hammer of the earth. That's why he is called a Luciferian, because he has global world dominance. And because of that, his heart is lifted up and he thinks he's a god. And he's trying to go even further and beyond, you know, to infinity and beyond, pursuant to Psalms 49:11 there, and where thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Right.
And they have all these plans, you know.
Yep. Yep.
What are you, sir? You're gonna say something?
No. You said to infinity and beyond. So I guess exactly. It's not a coincidence that he looked like an Edomite.
That's why they call it a toy story, you know, because it's toys, it's for kids. The way this guy is thinking, he's just a big child, man.
It's a puppet,
Right.
you know. The Most High's got him, you know. You hear this devil's talking about he's going to change the Gulf of Mexico to the.
I know. I've seen that.
To the Gulf of America.
Gulf of America. Yeah.
It's something else, man.
Proud.
Yeah. It says, verse 3, Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. With thy wisdom and thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. And that's it. You know, this guy, you know, he's so diabolical to the point where he can make something so destructive, and then at the same time, he can sell it to you people. That's what he's going to do with the MOTB. He's going to put you all into slavery, create a more centralized system, centralized government, and then make money off of you and then laugh in your face. You know, that's how diabolical this guy is, and that's how much understanding he has on the left-hand side. This guy has actually tapped into the secrets of nature to create a Neuralink to enslave you, and then he profits off of it. You know, that you can't tell me this guy's a devil. That's diabolical, man.
Yeah.
Evil.
I have a precept.
I have one more right now, and then I'll let you get yours, brother. This is Job chapter 20, verse 22, real quick. It says, In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And he's about to, you know, but he won't fulfill his new world order. But he's going to experience great difficulties. That's straits.
That's right.
Every hand of the wicked will come upon him. So this guy's not going to fulfill his new world order. Like he has the
Done.
plans, he has the infrastructure ready to go, but it's not going to come into fruition, right?
Done.
All
Done.
the wicked, including the beast, right? The beast that sitteth upon the beast, right? Which the whore sits on the beast, the whore that sitteth upon many waters. The beast is going to turn against the whore. Kill him.
That's
And it
right.
says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. And that's it. He's going to be destroyed by the way of thermonuclear destruction when he's getting ready to eat his meal, when he's about to fill his belly.
Right.
Anyway, that was it. I can go on my end.
Yeah.
Got you there.
So this precept, I've had it on deck for a while, but what you said just now, Gabar, literally is going to let me bring this precept out right now. It's Micah 6 and verse 10. It says, "Are there yet the treasures of wickedness in the house of the wicked, and the scant measures that is abominable? Shall I count them pure with the wicked balances, and with the bag of deceitful ways? For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth." So pretty much they will lie to you, profit from you with that MOTB, pretty much. Right?
Yeah, lie to you, profit from you, and kill you.
Exactly. Because this MOTB, it will kill you.
Yeah.
Physically and through the spirit as well.
Man, you're gonna be a walking, like when you put your food in the microwave, you're basically nuking it. That's what you're doing. You're nuking the damn thing. So you put a device in your body, you're being nuked without getting the missiles hit yet.
Yes, like I think Kasab posted a while back the microwave. How it's linked with radioactive the logo.
Waves.
The wave, So this man is such a devil.
Big time. So it says, "For the rich men thereof are full of violence, and the inhabitants thereof have spoken lies, and their tongue is deceitful in their mouth." Right? And this even goes back to that serpent juice, because they lie to you and tell you the serpent juice is going to make you better. It's going to prevent you from catching, that seaweed. But that was all a lie. Right. You know what I'm saying? So they tricked these people into believing a lie.
Right. And who did they lie to you through? They lied to the masses through these health ministers. Right? All these health ministers and basically technocrats that are, so-called well-respected and renowned, within the earth, because they know what you people like. They know who you people like, and they know trigger. Esau knows the psychology. He knows certain words that make you want to do something that you don't want to do. He knows how to word everything.
True. This is verse 13. It says, "Therefore also will I make thee sick in smiting thee, in making thee desolate because of thy sins." So pretty much the Most High is just speaking about the consequences that these people are going to face, the judgment that they're going to face for all the lies and wickedness and deceit they have caused upon the people, right?
Right.
Verse 14.
And everybody who follow after the beast.
And everybody who followed after the beast. Yeah. Verse 14, "Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied." These men are so-called billionaires and millionaires, but they can't be satisfied. They keep going and going and going. They can't stop. Their belly can't full, right?
Crazy.
It said, "Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shall not deliver." Right?
Nice.
So while you're eating, while you're trying to fulfill their new world order, man, said they're gonna get cut right there. They're not gonna,
Oh yeah, and you know what? That's twofold, because there's like two parts to that. Basically, you're gonna watch yourself lose, and there's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Gone.
You know, you're gonna watch the missiles hit America. It's gonna be destroyed. Nothing you can do to stop it. You're gonna run into your bunkers, and then you're gonna see Israelite men, the whole full elect, right? The 144,000 put you in them shackles and chains, and you're gonna see again your defeat by looking at these men, and there's nothing you could do to stop it.
All right, and verse 14 here says, "Thou shalt eat, but not be satisfied, and thy casting down shall be in the midst of thee, and thou shalt take hold, but shall not deliver. And that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword."
Yep. So hey, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
That's a good precept. I just gotta say that, you know, those that you deliver up to the sword, guess what? The MOTB is a sword as well.
Yeah, it is.
You know, it's a sword. And that last part that you read, can you read that one more time, Baba Kasha?
The last part, it says, "But shall not deliver, and that which thou deliverest will I give up to the sword."
Yeah, exactly. So all those that partook in the everybody that partakes in the MOTB through the guise of medical help, right? You were so-called delivered. Yahweh Shem Shai is going to destroy you. All right. Yahweh Shem Shai put the spirit on this devil to have you convinced of his lies to partake in that medical device so that you could be destroyed by him. That's the power we're dealing with, man.
He did it 4 years ago with the Beetlejuice.
That's it for me right there, Amon.
I have a precept.
God.
Proverbs 23 and 1, and it reads, "When thou sittest to eat with a ruler, consider diligently what is before thee, and put a knife to thy throat if thou be a man given to appetite." Right? And in the spiritual sense, you know,
right,
two-thirds where people are going, you know, because of their lusts, you know, and then being conditioned to always consume and want and more and more and more. Right? They're gonna line right up in these shipping stations. Right? It says here, "Put a knife to thy throat." Ultimately, that's going to lead to your destruction.
Right.
Verse 3, "Be not desirous of his dainties." Right? And once again, 2/3 as well as these heathen nations. You know, it's all about stacking wealth, collecting, 10-year plan. I want 10 houses in Belize. I want a yacht. I want a boat. You know, I want a BBL. I want a tummy tuck, a breast lift, right? All vain shit, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Be not desirous of his dainties, for they are deceitful meat, right? And then, so this sihip, right, is deception, it's sorcery, it's witchcraft,
right? Yep, and it's also a dainty, too, right? Because it promises you, like, as I'm gonna play this clip, and it goes into how, like, you know, this sihip is a dainty because it promises you that a high life, you know, to be like gods. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it on that.
Con. Okay, so I'll play this clip. I got like 3 minutes of this clip, and then that'll be it for myself. So let's go ahead and play it.
Virtual reality food. Could virtual reality replace our favorite foods? The Simpsons threw this idea out years ago, and the tech world is starting to make it real. It all began in the Treehouse of Horror 6 episode from season 7, where Homer and Marge are shown enjoying virtual fudge through straws while wearing their virtual reality headsets. At the time, it seemed like a wild...
And you know, it's funny because this devil we know, those of you at home, if you don't know, look up the term revelation of the method, right? So they have to reveal what they're doing, all right, before they do it. It's the same thing as prophets on the right-hand side. We speak about what's going to happen before it happens. So they use their media to do that. They use their television, their cartoon networks, their movies to reveal what they're going to do before they do it. And as you know, this guy's going into, you know, the title here is Simpsons Predict for 2025 are insane. Predictions for 2025 are insane. But I just want to get a certain aspect of this. And again, this is fair use. I'm not receiving any money for this video. This is for educational purposes only, and I do not have the copyrights of this video. I don't own the copyrights of this video. So this is fair use, fair use, fair use.
Over-the-top idea. Who could have ever imagined eating food without actually tasting it? It felt like something straight out of science fiction. But fast forward to today, and we're starting to see the possibility of a future where virtual reality changes how we experience dining. It's hard to believe that technology could impact something as basic as food, right? But knowing The Simpsons, their predictions often end up closer to reality than we'd expect. With the rapid pace of advancements in technology, what once seemed far-fetched is starting to feel more plausible. In fact, it's already happening. The Royal Caribbean Cruise Line is planning to offer guests a virtual reality dining experience, proving that what seemed like a joke just a few decades ago might soon be the next big thing in food. Imagine enjoying all your favorite foods without worrying about calories. No more late-night fridge raids or counting carbs. With virtual reality food...
Again, miracles, right? Because obesity is on the rise. People trying to lose weight, right?
You could experience in a completely immersive way without ever gaining a pound. Companies like Aero Banquets RMX are already pushing the boundaries by creating virtual reality experiences that simulate not only the look and feel of food, but also the smells and sounds. It's like stepping into a fantasy world where you can savor every bite, minus the guilt and calories. But here's the thing.
So you have to understand, this man is getting ready to be able to make something fake feel real. So you could be eating nothing and yet taste something. Like eternalize that. You know, you have nothing in your hand, but based upon augmentation and the technology and through wavelength and wiring and ultimately it being in you, you'll be able to taste maybe an apple, but yet be eating a fake apple, but you taste a real apple.
Yep.
This devil's serious, man. He's crazy.
And that's that. I don't know if brothers remember the movie that came out back in 1991. It was called Hook with Robert Williams, with Peter Pan going back to Neverland. It's the same spirit they're in. Eating. If you remember the scene, they're eating the imaginary food. Remember that little fat black kid? He was telling Robert Williams, you know, there's no food there to you, but you have to imagine it. And they were eating the food fake. You know, that's all that is, going into that Peter Pan spirit, man.
Wow.
I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah. Con.
Demonic, man.
Well, the other part of the Matrix was the Matrix. They were eating steak.
Right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really steak. You see him eating, but it wasn't eating nothing. It was in a we call those things.
Those pods.
Simulation.
Yeah. Simulation.
Wow. Okay, so continuing on.
Virtual reality food isn't just about enjoying meals without any consequences. It's also opening up new possibilities for how we experience food. Imagine being able to explore the journey of your meal, learning about sustainable farming, or even cooking alongside a virtual chef.
Right. Remember, sustainable farming. And what are they pushing out? Climate change. Right? We're all burping and farting too much, right? There's too much cattle, right? And all this stuff. So you gotta if if the Holy Spirit is dealing with you, like Conwalk read, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You can see how this man will present this as a cure for all those things, right? Because if we don't need to buy real food or do real farming, the earth is okay. You know, the earth was created for it to be used in those ways. It's just that this man is in rulership and he was cursed going back to Cain. So he has to come up with an artificial way to live.
That's right. Wow.
You know how gone you have to be intrigued by this shit. Like I'm looking at the scenes. These people are guinea pigs, man.
Yeah, they're gonna take you.
Look at them.
Quick precept.
Go ahead.
Based on what Shemaiah says, in Psalms 112, verse 4, unto the upright there ariseth light in darkness. Right? So this is, we're in a dark place, man. And thank you how much we have this truth, right, to guide us, man, because it was
yeah, man. It's wild.
Remember when your parents are broke and say, "Mom, we're gonna eat tonight," so air pie.
Yeah,
right. Reality. It's a reality.
Yep. Yeah, that's right, man. That's a reality. Yeah, con. Yep.
And you know, The Simpsons, they're the Simpsons are basically a Masonic cartoon.
Yep.
So they're insiders. Because I've been watching The Simpsons from when I was young, from when I was like 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, all of us, man. They definitely insiders. There's no way you're doing this kind of stuff. Like they're owned by, like you said, insiders, Masonic leaders and whatnot.
Or even cooking alongside a virtual chef, guiding you every step of the way.
Look at this shit.
What started as a quirky joke on The Simpsons is quickly becoming more and more plausible. As technology advances, the idea of virtual reality food might just change the way we think about dining. So, who knows? The future could bring us food experiences we never imagined. In fact, let's see another hint The Simpsons gave about a technology that's still in its early stages. Hologram. Ever feel like technology is moving
I'll play a little bit of this, but the main point was what I was playing earlier. I'll play a little bit of this.
So fast that you're constantly playing catch up. 1 minute, it's all about the latest phone, and the next minute, we're talking about hologram.
They're crushing it. Let's go. Halfway there.
But here's the wild part. The Simpsons might have already predicted it. These days, technology is evolving so fast that it feels like we can barely keep up.
Well, you get the point. Holograms, if you want to watch this whole video, just here is the name, right? It's this guy's handle, YouTube handle, The Ultimate Discovery. But he has a lot of different videos on stuff like this. So, even this hologram situation, right? We know that's going to be used as a tool to really demonize the elect, right? With deep fake, AI, right? I got this precept real quick. I got 2 precepts. One I wanted to bring in, this is Revelation 18 and 12. I'll read down to 13. It says, the merchants, Revelation 18 and 12, the merchants of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and of fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and of all fine wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood, of brass and of iron, of marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beast and sheep and horses and chariots, and this is the point, and slaves and souls of men. Okay. That's basically what these guys are all about. It's the souls of men. And it's not a coincidence that human trafficking is a $1 billion industry.
Right.
Okay. That's that's what they deal with. And ultimately retrieving that soul, right? Because if you partake of the MOTB, you're basically saying that Esau Edom is your God. So you've given a soul which is not yours. All right, you've promised it to somebody else who's also owned by somebody else, so it's idolatry on the highest level. Okay, and that's what America is all about. It's about retrieving the souls of men. Ultimately, when it goes to these wicked elites, that's their plans. Last one here is Revelation 13. Of course, we have to get this out when we're talking about the MOTB.
All right.
And I'm gonna read it in NLT, Revelation 13:11. And it says here, then I saw another beast come up out of the earth. And this beast is this system, this Americanized system, which is also Rome coming back. He have 2 horns like those of a lamb, but he spoke with the voice of a dragon, right? And that's the bipartisan system, political system, Republican and Democrats, the left and the right, and he spoke as a dragon. So those draconian measures, his voice goes into, as well as his law, right? What he prescribes. So it says he exercised all the authority of the first beast, and he required all the earth. The first beast was Rome, all right? The ancient Roman Empire. It says, and he required all the earth and its people to worship the first beast whose fatal wound had been healed, right? coming back today. It says he did astounding miracles. And that's basically what we brought out in these videos. Astounding miracles, even making fire flash down from the earth or down to the earth from the sky while everyone was watching. And we know that happened primarily through Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right, with the atomic missile. But he's also done that through his technology. They got the DEW, right, direct energy weapons, right? So that's him using his technology in the eyes of everybody to let everybody know, right? Especially these nations. Verse 14, and with all miracles, he was allowed, and with the miracles, he was allowed to perform on the behalf of the first beast, right? So all them spirits, high-level demons that were working with the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, the Babylonian Empire, and all the other various empires beforehand are working with America today in the top wicked elite that run America. Okay? And they're given this power to do so. On the behalf of the first beast, he deceived all the people who belong to this world, which makes sense. A carnal man can only deceive a carnal person. So it says he ordered the people to make a great statue, which is an image, right? Which is the NWO of the first beast who was fatally wounded and then came back to life. And real quick, that statue in the etymology, it says a figure of a person or animal made in solid substance. It says of some size in the round, but it also says here, this is the definition I want to get. It says a statue, pagan, it says statue, graven image, right? And a graven image is something you cut into. Right. So that graven image is the MOTB, the C-hip. Ultimately, access to the image or the system, the NWO, is going to come by the way of the MOTB.
That's right.
Going back, and it says, who was Philly, verse 15, he was then permitted to give life to this statue, right? The NWO system by the way of the MOTB, right? And he's going to give it life through a Black Swan event. Okay. Then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a MARK on the right hand or on the forehead. And no one could buy or sell anything without the MARK, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. It's a barcode, right? As you are the product, right? He calls us Goya. We're the cattle. So now he's going to literally MARK you to stamp you as his product.
Human resource.
Exactly. Human resource. Yeah.
Human resource.
Literally. Verse 18, wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, which the elect have done it. For it is the number of a man. His number is 666. And that's it.
I got to quickly say once you're done, Bakusha.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for me. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, going into the MOTB, which is an idol. Anything that is gold, silver, or anything that's made with hands, and you worship is an idol. So this is the book of Wisdom of Solomon 13 and 10, and it reads, "But miserable are they, and in death this is their hope, who call them gods, which are the works of men's hands, gold and silver, to show art and resemblances of a beast, or a stone, good for nothing, the work of an ancient hand." So there's no hope for you taking this MOTB, because you're not going to profit about that. Isa will, but you're done.
Well, it can't save you, right? The only spirit that was made or given the office of salvation is our Lord and Savior, Yahushua.
That's right.
Yep.
So the Heavenly Father, have offices for different spirits, and Yahushua is who we look up to and who we resort to for as the Savior.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the comment board. And shalom to the brothers, Akim on the comment board. Posted of the precepts, shalom, Yahabashim Shabbat and the Aqua that are listening and learning in silence. GMS Prince of Howard, 2nd Ezra 4:37. By measure he hath measured the time, and by number he hath numbered the times, and he doeth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. Right, and that's why the scriptures call out to the hopeful elect to stay patient, right, to endure, because it's not going to tarry. Once it comes, that's it, man. Everything's going to come like a snowball rolling down the hill, quick.
And it's going to Job 14:5, where he gives the bounds where he can't pass. So Esau, Edom, can only do what the Lord has dished out to be done.
Yes.
Right?
One more precept here from Dew of Heaven, Dew of Thy Youth. It says Revelation 16:2. This is in the American something, but amplified version or something like that. But AMP. It says, so the first angel went and poured out his bowl on the earth, and loathsome and malignant sores came on the people who had the MARK of the beast and who worship his image. That's right.
That's right.
Con. That's it. Beautiful, man. So with that, we are going to close up. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. We're going to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who rule well and have taught us his word in truth and sincerity. And peace and mercy to the hopeful elect, starting with the 144,000. That's pushing this word in truth and sincerity across 4 corners of the earth. All right. Abba Bal, Kwame Shalom, and shalom to the hopeful elect.
Shalom.